Well, it's time to wrap this broadcast up with the Alderson's Award West postgame show. For trophies, awards, t-shirts, and so much more, go to aldersons.net for their full catalog. Thank you for joining us here tonight, where it was the Tenino Beavers taking care of the Centralia Tigers 44-15 here on the Eli Sports NFHS Network. Josh Kaiser alongside Kim King running the camera here for me. And at halftime, this game was 20-5, and it looked like we were going to have a real barn burner on our hands, but the Centralia offense has kind of got stuck in neutral in the second half, and Tenino ended up doing enough to really pull away on this thing. The scoring got started with Centralia having a very long, about 8-minute drive where they were able to pop it in by Tukes with a 13-yard run. PAT try was good, but Tenino wasting no time scoring with a connection between Metcalf and Johnson, about 29-yard pitch and catch. PAT tried good to tie this thing up 7-7. That was the end of our first quarter. In the second quarter, Tenino scored just a couple minutes in, again with a very long pass connection from Metcalf to Johnson, 65-yard variety. That time around, PAT tried up and good to push it to 14-7, and then Tenino would score again with about 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. This time it was a 2-yard scamper into the end zone by Metcalf. Centralia, though, they would find life with one more score before the half. Late in the first half, only a handful of seconds remaining on the clock, as it was Erickson connecting with Ahern on a 42-yard pass. The two-point try was good on the legs of Tukes, getting us 20-15, and that's where we were, like I said, at the halfway point. Tenino, though, about midway through the third quarter, it'd be Metcalf to, it was Parker Minerich with a 13-yard connection into the end zone. PAT was good. Those two weren't done yet, as they would connect again from 7 yards out, rolling out to the left, finding Minerich wide open in the end zone. Did Metcalf. The two-point try good again to extend that lead to 36-15. And then Minerich, well, he can do things on the defensive side of the ball as well. Ended up having a fumble recovery. They took back to the house about 74 yards. Two-point try was good to bring us to our final tonight of 44-15. Looking at some stats, it was Metcalf on 13 passing attempts, ended up having 204 yards through the air, as well as the three touchdowns. Johnson had one attempt on a trick play that resulted in being incomplete. Rushing-wise, Lanning would lead the way for all carriers tonight with 17 carries, 178 yards. And then Espinoza ended up having 7 carries himself with 43 yards. Metcalf with 3 scrambles, a couple of designed runs, 1 scramble, 29 yards with a touchdown. And then David came in to spell some relief there. That was Josh David. He ended up carrying the ball 6 times with 1 catch for 15 yards. That rounds out the stats for the Tenino Beavers. Now over for the Centralia Tigers. There was a lot of Malcolm Tukes tonight. We'll just touch on his first on the rushing side of things. He ended up carrying the ball 24 times, ended up having it 23 times for 112 yards. He did end up having 1 fumble on the exchange. Coronel had 3 carries for 11 yards. And then Volavola, had 2 carries for 16 yards. And Ahern had 1 for 11. Through the air, Erickson was the lone passer tonight on 19 passing attempts. Ends up coming away with 84 yards. Ended up having a couple of interceptions and a fumble. Did have a touchdown through the air. So kind of a mixed bag there for Erickson tonight, the freshman. And then on the receiving side of things, Volavola led the way with receptions, having 4, good enough for 23 yards. Ahern ended up having 2 catches for 46 yards and a touchdown. Gwen with 2 catches for 9 yards. And rounding out the stat sheet was Justice Novak, 1 catch for 5 yards. Well, it's probably time to name our MVP of the game award. Brought to you by Thorbeck's Athletic Club. Strong today, stronger tomorrow, strongest together at Thorbeck's. There were a few players that stand out. Got a couple of honorable mentions, of course. Got to consider Mason Metcalf. Austin Johnson said his name several times. Of course, Michael Lanning, the back. But I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to give it to Parker Minerich, the fullback linebacker junior, who ended up having 3 touchdowns, 2 through the air, and, of course, the big fumble recovery, too, to kind of put this game on ice. So congratulations to Parker Minerich being our Thorbeck's MVP tonight. Well, what's ahead for these 2 games? Well, let's take a peek here at the schedule since I do have them. So for Centralia, they're back home next week. As we said, that is going to be homecoming, a game at 7 o'clock as the Tigers have fallen to 1-3 on the season to start league play against the Black Hills Wolves. And for Tenino, they improved to 4-0